Good morning, kids! Welcome to our mathematics class. I am your math teacher, Ma'am Ivy. Today, we're going to discuss your math facts, second quarter, week 3, from A to E. We have here our competencies. Finds the percentage or rate or base in a given problem. Finds the percentage in a given problem. Finds the rate in a given problem. Finds the base in a given problem. And last, solve routine and non-routine problems involving finding the percentage, rate, and base using appropriate strategies and tools. Are you ready, kids? Before we start, please prepare your math packs, your answer sheets, scratch papers, pencils, or ball pens. Let's start. We have here the percentage. Percentage is the number or amount that represents a part of whole. To find the percentage, we use the formula percentage equals base times rate, or we can write it as P equals B times R. Capital letter P stands for percentage, B for base, and R for rate. Next is rate. Rate is the number compared to 100. Usually has either a percent sign or the word percent with it. To find the rate, we use the formula rate equals percentage divided by base, or R equals P divided by B. And for the base, it is the number that represents the whole or entire amount. Okay, remember, kids, base represents the whole or entire amount. To find the base, we use the formula base equals percentage divided by rate, or B equals P divided by R. Let's go to our example. Identify the base, rate, and percentage in each given statement. We have 4 is 40% of 10. Okay, so in this statement, we are going to identify which is the base, the rate, and the percentage. Okay, so remember, our percentage is a part of whole. Okay, so which is the part of whole? Okay, so first we are going to identify the percentage. Okay, so percentage is 4. Okay, so P equals 4. Okay, so another clue, kids, is that the percentage always goes with the word is. Okay, so percentage goes with the word is. Next is our rate. Okay, so which is our rate? Okay, so remember the definition of rate, it has the percent sign. Okay, so our rate is 40%. Okay, so it has the percent sign. So that is why we identify our rate easily. And of course, our base is equal to 10. Another clue, kids, is that the base always goes with the word of. Okay, so that is the clue. Is goes with the percentage, and of goes with the base. And of course, very easy, the rate. We have, or it has the percent sign. Okay, so next if we are going to interchange or change the position of the given in the statement, we can still identify which is the base, the rate, and the percentage. Okay, so we have here 40% of 10 is 4. Of course, our percentage is 4. Next, our rate is 40%. And the base is 10 also. Okay? So, can you see, kids, that whether we have the original statement or we are going to interchange the positions of the given, we can still identify or it will have the same answer of percentage, its rate, and its base. Okay? Next example is 25% of 108 is 27. Okay, so let us identify our percentage. Our clue here is the word is. Okay, so our percentage is 27. Next, how about our rate? Of course, it has the percent sign, which is the 25%. And lastly, our base is the clue. Look at the clue, kids. The word of. Okay, so our base is 108. Very good. Next, if we are going to interchange the position of our given, okay, so we have 27 is 25% of 108. Okay, so of course, our percentage is still 27. And then, our rate is 25%. And our base is also the same. We have 108. Okay, so that is how to identify which is the base, the rate, and the percentage. Okay, so let's try exercise 1. Identify the base, rate, and percentage in each given equation. Okay, so for number 1, 36% of 50 is 18. Okay, so in this statement or equation, identify what is the base, which is the rate, and which is the percentage. Of course, our clue for the base, we have the word of. For the rate, we have the clue, the percent sign. And for the percentage, we have our clue with the word is. Okay, so you can do it, kids. For number 2, 21 is 30% of 70. Okay, so identify the base, the rate, and the percentage. For number 3, 15% of 25 is 3.75. Okay, so identify also the base, the rate, and the percentage. And then for number 4, 64.8 is 90% of 72. Okay, also identify the base, the rate, and the percentage. Okay, so very easy, kids. Let's proceed to exercise 2. Fill in the blank with the given data. Represent the missing part with N. Look at the given example below. Okay, so we have here the table, kids. Okay, so we have here the column for R, which is the rate, B for base, and P for percentage. Okay, so we are going to fill in the table with the given data, and we are going to represent the missing part with small letter N. Okay, so we have here your example. 85% of 78 is what number? Okay, so in this statement, we have here our rate, which is 85%. Okay, so we identify our rate because it has the percent sign. So we put 85% under the column for R or rate. Next, what is 78? Okay, so you have there the clue, the word of course, 78 is our base. So we write 78 under the column of letter B, which is the base. And then of course, the missing number or the missing data is the percentage. Okay, so that is why we write the small letter N under letter P. Okay, so you are going to start answering from number 1 up to number 5. Okay, so you have there the clue, kids. Okay, so you are going to put small letter N on the lines because they represent the missing part. Okay, so you're going to write, like for example, number 1, 0.5% of what number is 2.5. Okay, our missing part there is, okay, so just look at the table. You have there the clue. Okay, so that flashing lines represent the missing part. Okay, good luck, kids. Let's proceed to exercise 3. Okay, so in exercise 3, we are going to identify what is missing in the statement. Write rate, base, or percentage on the blank. Look at the example below. Okay, so our example is 80% of what number is 24. Okay, so we have here 80%. Of course, this is our rate. And then 24 is our percentage. Okay, so what is missing is our base. Okay, so that is why we write the word base on the blank. Okay, so you are going to answer 1 up to 5. Okay, so for number 1, what is 35% of 90? Okay, so 35% is our rate and 90 is your base. Okay, so what is missing, kids? Okay, so you are going to write your answer on the lines after each number. Okay, so good luck, kids, for your exercises. Next is our numeracy skill. Okay, solve the following and write the answer below each equation. Okay, so you are going to multiply the given numbers and then you're going to write the answer on the boxes. Okay, so that is for your numeracy skill. Okay, kids, so we have here your answer key to check whether you got the correct answers or not. You can also find your answer key on your math packs. Okay, so good job, kids. Thank you for accomplishing your week 3A. Continue watching because we are going to discuss your week 3B. Good morning, kids. Welcome to our mathematics class. I am here again, Mom Ivy. Today, we are going to discuss your math packs for week 3B. Are you ready, kids? Okay, so please prepare your math packs, your answer sheets, your scratch papers, and then your pencils or ball pens. Let's start. Okay, so our topic here is about percentage. Percentage is the number or amount that represents a part of whole. And to find the percentage, we use the formula percentage equals base times rate, or P equals B times R. Okay, so we have here the Tekken's triangle. Okay, so Tekken's triangle is used as guide to solve percentage, rate, and base. Okay, so as you can see here, kids, is a triangle, and then inside the triangle you have there the horizontal line and the vertical line, and then at the top we have the percentage represented by capital letter P, and then on the lower left we have the rate, and on the lower right we have the base. Okay, so kids, listen. This horizontal line represents division. Okay, so you can divide percentage by rate or percentage by base whenever which data is given. Okay, and then this vertical line represents the operation, which is multiplication. Okay, so we can multiply rate and base whenever which data is given. Okay, so take note, kids, that before multiplying the rate with the base, express it first as a decimal. Okay, so before you multiply the rate to the base, you are going first to express the rate as decimal. Okay, so that you can multiply them directly. Okay, let us proceed to our example. What is 60% of 40? Okay, so in our statement, let us identify what are given. Of course, we have here 60%. It is our rate. Next, 40. Of course, it has the clue word of 40 is our base. Next, what is missing is our percentage. Okay, so we are going to solve for our percentage. Okay, so first step is we are going to use the formula P equals R times B. We are going to multiply rate and base. Next, express rate as decimal. Okay, so 60% is equal to 0.60 or 60 hundredths, or you can use also 0.6 or 6 tenths. Okay, so you can use 0.60 or 0.6. It's just the same, kids. Next, substitute the value on the formula. Okay, so we have P equals 0.6, which is our rate, times 40, which is our base. Okay, so if you multiply them, you can get 24. Okay, so P is equal to 24. So our final answer is 60% of 40 is 24. Okay, kids, so these are the steps in solving the value of percentage. Okay, so let's proceed to our exercise 1. Find the percentage on the following equation. Okay, so you are going to find or identify which is the percentage on the following equations. Okay, for number 1, 25% of 10 is 2.5. Okay, so what is the percentage in that equation? Is it 25%, 10, or 2.5? So you're going to write your answer on your answer sheets. For number 2, 10 is 40% of 25. For number 3, 85 is 25% of 340. And for number 4, 150% of 30 is 45. For exercise 2, complete the table by writing the percentage. Look at the given example below. Okay, so we have here the table, kids. We have the column for the base, the rate, and then you are going to write the number sentence And lastly, you are going to fill in the column for percentage. Okay, so in the example, 85% of 120 is number. Okay, so what is the base? Okay, so 120. How about 85%? What is 85%? 85% is our rate. Okay, so kids, express the rate as decimal. Okay, so we have here 85% is equal to 0.85 or 85 hundredths. Okay, and then after identifying the base and the rate, you are going to write the number sentence. You are going to multiply the base and the rate. Okay, so 120 times 0.85 equals n. Okay, so that is the number sentence. And then of course, you're going to solve for percentage and write it under the percentage column. Okay, so in our example, the answer is 102. Okay, so just follow the steps in answering number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, so that is for our exercise 2. Next, for exercise 3, find the percentage. Show your solution. The first one is done for you. Okay, so we have here in your example, what is 35% of 90? Of course, you're going to write the formula. P equals B times R. And then identify your given. Base is 90 and then rate is 35%, which is expressed as decimal 0.35 or 35 hundredths. Next, substitute the value on the formula. P equals 90 times 0.35, and after multiplying, you will get the answer 31.5. Okay, so that is how to solve your exercise 3. Okay, so you're going to answer number 2, number 3, and number 4 on your answer sheet. And then write your solution on your scratch papers. Okay, so let's proceed to your numeracy skill. Solve the following and write the answer below each equation. Okay, so you're going to multiply the given number, kids, and then write your answer inside the boxes. Okay, so that's all, and here is your answer key. Okay, so check whether you got the correct answers or not. You can also find your answer key on your math box. Good job, kids, and thank you for accomplishing your math box. Continue watching. We are going to discuss your week 3C. Good morning, kids. I am here again, Mom Ivy. We are going to discuss your math facts for grade 6, week 3C. Are you ready, kids? Please prepare your math facts, your answer sheets, scratch papers, and then your pencils and ball pens. Let's start. We have here the rate. Rate is the number being compared to 100 and is usually expressed in percent form. So to find the rate, we use the formula. Rate equals percentage over base. Or we can write it in symbol as R equals P over B, or you can write it horizontally, R equals P divided by B. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so we have here the Tecans triangle. As you can see in the Tecans triangle, we have here the percentage, the rate, and the base. Okay, so if the rate is missing, we are going to divide percentage by base. Okay, so let us proceed to our example. 24 is what percent of 96? Okay, 24 is what percent of 96? Okay, so we have here from the statement, our percentage is 24, and then 96 is our base. Okay, so what is missing, kids, is our rate. Okay, so we are going to use this formula. R equals P over B, which means we are going to divide percentage by base. Okay, next, let us substitute the value on the formula. Okay, so we have rate equals 24 divided by 96. Okay, so you are going to solve on your scratch. What is 24 divided by 96? Okay, so by dividing it, you can get the answer 0.25 or 25 hundredths. Okay, so in writing the rate, you are going to move the decimal point in the quotient 2 places to the right. Okay, so from 0.25 or 25 hundredths, kids, we are going to move the decimal point here 2 places to the right. Okay, so let us move it 1, 2. Okay, so move 2 places to the right, and then annex percent symbol. Okay, so when we say annex, we are going to attach the percent symbol after the number. Okay, so we got the answer. R, or rate, is equal to 25%. Okay, so kids, after moving 2 places to the right, okay, so 1, 2, and then we write the percent symbol. Okay, so that is why our answer is 25%. So we have here the final answer. 25% of 96 is 24. Okay, so the missing rate is 25%. Okay, kids, so that is how we solve for the missing rate. Okay, so let us proceed to exercise 1. Find the rate in each given equation and express it as a decimal number. Okay, so we have here the example. 24 is 75% of 32. Okay, so our percentage here is 24. Okay, and then 75% is our rate, and then 32 is our base. Okay, so we identify our rate, which is 75%. So we are going to express it into a decimal number. Okay, so we have here 75% is equal to 0.75 or 75 hundredths. Okay, so since you are grade 5 last year, you have already studied on how to change percent into decimal. So this lesson is very easy for you to understand. Okay, kids, so you are going to answer exercise 1. Okay, so for number 1, 24% of 50 is 12. Okay, so you are going to write the rate and express it as a decimal. Okay, so if you forgot, you can go back to our example. And number 2, 4 is 5% of 80. Okay, so you are going to find the rate. And number 3, 6 is 20% of 30. Number 4, 15% of 80 is 12. And for number 5, 8% of 70 is 5.6. Okay, so you are going to find the rate and express it as a decimal. That is for exercise number 1. Okay, so let's proceed to exercise 2. Okay, so complete the equation by finding the rate. The first one is done for you. Okay, so for number 1, you have there at the blank 25% of 80 is equal to 20. Okay, so kids, use the formula in solving for the rate. Okay, so you can go back to our example. Okay, so in finding the rate, you are going to divide the percentage by base. Okay, so divide percentage by the base. Okay, so you're going to answer number 2 up to 5. Okay, so for number 2, okay, for number 2, you're going to find blank percent of 40 is 32. Number 3, blank percent of 50 is 21. Number 4, blank percent of 32 is 18. And for number 5, blank percent of 100 is 100. Okay, solve on your scratch paper and then write your answer on your answer sheet. Okay, so for your numeracy skill, complete the table by dividing the given number by 10%. Okay, so take note, kids. Express 10% to decimal before dividing. So it will become 0.1. Okay, so kids, you are going to divide the given numbers by 10% or 0.1 and then write your answers inside the boxes. Okay, so solve carefully, kids, for you to find the correct answer. Okay, so you have here the answer key for our week 3C. Okay, so you're going to check whether you got the correct answers or not. You can also find your answer key on your math packs. Good job, kids. Thank you for accomplishing your week 3C. And continue watching because we are going to discuss your week 3D. Good morning, kids. I am here again, your mathematics teacher, Ma'am Ivy. Today, we are going to discuss your math packs for week 3D. Are you ready, kids? Please prepare your math packs, answer sheets, scratch papers, pencils, and ball pens. Let's start. We have here our topic, base. Okay, so base is the number that represents the whole or entire amount. To find the base, we use the formula base equals percentage over rate. Okay, so this line represents division, or we can write it this way: B equals P over R, or we can write it in horizontal form, which is B equals P divided by R. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, next we have here the Teken's triangle. Okay, so what is missing is the base. Okay, so we have here the percentage, the rate, and the base. So if the base is missing, we are going to divide percentage by rate. Okay, so take note, before dividing the percentage by the rate, express the rate first as a decimal. Okay, so remember that, kids. Let's proceed to our example. 25% of what number is 9? Okay, so let us identify the given. 25% is our rate, and then 9 is our percentage. Okay, so what is missing here is our base. Okay, so we are going to use this formula. B equals P divided by R. Okay, so but first we are going to express our rate as decimal. So 25% is equal to 0.25 or 25 hundredths. Okay, so we are going to use this decimal form in our operation. Okay, so let us substitute the value. Okay, so B equals 9, which is our percentage, divided by 0.25 or 25 hundredths, which is our rate. Okay, so you are going to divide on your scratch 9 divided by 0.25. Okay, so after dividing, you can get the answer 36. Okay, so this means that our base is equal to 36. Okay, so kids, our final answer is, okay, so 25% of 36 is 9. Okay, let's proceed to exercise 1. Identify the base in each given statement. Okay, so we have here our example first. 9 is 20% of 45. Okay, so 9 is our percentage, 20% is the rate, and of course 45 is the base. Okay, so in this statement, our base is 45. Okay, so just identify the base in each given statement. Okay, so let us answer exercise 1. Number 1, 14 is 50% of 28. Okay, so in this statement, identify the base. For number 2, 30% of 10 is 3. Okay, so what is the base? And for number 3, 70% of 50 is 35. Number 4, 5.4 is 12% of 45. And for number 5, 50% of 48 is 24. Okay, so in this exercise class, you are just going to identify if what is the base in each statement. Okay, for exercise number 2, find the base. The first one is done for you. Okay, so you have here the rate, the percentage, the number sentence, and of course, after solving your number sentence, you are going to write your answer under the base. Okay, so number 1, 50% is the rate, 20 is the percentage, and then you write the number sentence, which is 20 divided by 0.5. Okay, so 0.5 kids is our rate in decimal form, and then equals n. Okay, so after solving the number sentence, you have here the answer, which is 40 as the base. Okay, so just follow the process, kids, and then answer number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Okay, solve on your scratch and then write your answer on your answer sheets. Okay, for the numeracy skill, you're going to solve the following and write the answer below each equation. Okay, so you're going to divide the numbers and then write the answers on the boxes. Okay, so after writing your answer, we have here the answer key. Okay, so just check whether you got the correct answers or not. You can also find your answer key on your math packs. Good job, kids! Thank you for accomplishing your week 3D. Just continue watching because we are going to discuss your week 3E. Good morning, kids. I am here again, your mathematics teacher, Ma'am Ivy. Today, we're going to discuss your math packs for week 3E. Are you ready, kids? Okay, so before we start, please prepare your math packs, your answer sheets, your scratch papers, and then pencils or ball pens. Let's start. Okay, so we have here in generalization. Okay, so to solve routine and non-routine problems, follow these steps. Okay, first, understand. Okay, so in understanding the problem, know what is asked and know the given facts. And then after understanding the problem, plan. Okay, so what are we going to do in planning? Determine the operation or method or strategy to be used. After planning, you are going to solve. Okay, so in solving, you are going to show your solution. And then lastly, check and look back. Okay, so in check and look back, you are going to review and recheck your answer. Okay, so we have here our example. Okay, so the problem is Joy loves to collect marbles. She has 200 colored marbles in her big jar, of which 40% are red, 25% are blue, and 35% are yellow. Give the number of red, blue, and yellow marble Joy has. Okay, so we are going to answer the problem, kids. Okay, so let us first understand. Okay, so understand the problem. What is asked? Okay, so we are being asked about the number of Joy's red, blue, and yellow marbles. And then the given facts, we have 200 colored marbles, 40% are red marbles, 25% blue marbles, and 35% yellow marbles. Okay, so let's plan. Find the percentage of red, blue, and yellow marbles. Okay, so let's solve. First, we are going to solve for the red marbles. Okay, so from the problem, we have here the rate of red marbles is 40%. So we change it first, or we express 40% as a decimal. So we have 0.4. Next given is the base, which is 200. So this is the total number of colored marbles. And then we use the formula P equals R times B because we are looking for the percentage of red marbles. Okay, so next, let us substitute. P equals 0.4 times 200. Okay, so after solving, we gonna get the answer, which is 80 red marbles. Okay, so meaning to say, we have 80 red marbles within that 200 colored marbles. Okay, so let us solve for the percentage of the yellow marbles. Okay, so the rate for yellow marbles is 35%. Expressed into decimal becomes 0.35. And then also our base is 200. Okay, so using the formula P equals R times B, and then substituting the value on the formula, we have 0.35 times 200. Okay, so after multiplying, the answer will be 70. Okay, so our final answer is percentage equals 70 yellow marbles. Okay, so that is how we solve for the percentage, kids. Okay, so after solving, we have here the final answer. Joy has 80 red, 50 blue, and 70 yellow marbles. Okay, and then you're going to check and look back. Okay, so 80 red plus 50 blue plus 70 yellow equals 200 colored marbles. Okay, so that's it. That is how we solve problems. Okay, so we have here for exercise 1. You have there the problem. Mang Juan has 100 heads of ducks and chickens in his farm. If 54 heads are chickens, what percent of the animals are chickens? Okay, so look back on our example on how to solve this problem. Okay, so you're going to write what is asked, what are given, and then you plan, then solve, and you're going to write your final answer. And then for exercise number 2, you're going to solve the following problems and show your computation. Okay, so you have there 3 problem kids. Okay, so for number 1, in a class of 40 pupils, 45% are boys. Okay, so how many are boys? Okay, so just solve on your scratch and then write your answer on your answer sheet. And for number 2, a jar has 180 marbles. If 54 of the marbles are red, what percent of the marbles are red? Okay, so and for number 3, if 30 of those enrolled in Mrs. Villagracia's class are girls, and that is 75% of the whole class, how many pupils in all are there in Mrs. Villagracia's class? Okay, so solve on your scratch and then write your answer on your answer sheet. We have here in our numeracy skill, solve the following and write the answer below each equation. Okay, so you are going to multiply the number kids and then write your answers on the boxes. Okay, so now we have here your answer key. Okay, so you're going to check whether you got the correct answers or not. You can also find the answer key on your math box. Okay, so good job kids, and thank you for accomplishing our week 3 math packs. Okay, so continue watching for more videos for the next week.